या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मीरारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। Mother is talking of two different worlds. Does not mean the two different worlds are something outside our cosmos or something outside at a distant and remote places. Two worlds are within our consciousness. These are the two different states of our own consciousness. When our consciousness in evolutionary mode going on and growing up, evolving in its natural mode of action, in its natural speed, in its natural wavelength, is one world where death is a must, disease is a must, deviation is a must, disorder is a must, darkness is a must, suffering is a must, jolts are must. All perversions, all jerks, all jolts, all deformities as such, as instrumental procedure, they are required. That is one world. Another world is the world where our consciousness within can get itself so liberated, so what we call liberated, that it became moksha. It is salvation. It is genuine and true freedom, where the determinism of the consciousness becomes the destiny. There is no difference between thought and action. There is no difference between will and the worth. There is no difference between what we call commonly decision and the destiny. We'll have not to wait for our destiny. We can create our destiny and we can give shape to our destiny. Whatever we think can be the concrete action, can be the concrete image, can be the concrete divinized action. So we can be the co-laboratrix. Lord wills, God wills, and entire manifestations emerges. Ekoham bahushyama. That Ekoham bahushyama becomes the very nature of our consciousness that starts operating and start living, start intermingling with the another world. That is the stage of consciousness, and that we can do it. That is what Mother experienced at the age of 89 and 92. So it is the concrete experience of the cellular mobility, cellular divinity, cellular mentality and cellular physicality integrated. That is second world, which we can experience. So why to sit silently with folded hands and aspiring that somebody will come and put his hand on our head and we'll get everything? Whenever, wherever and in whatever mode we are sitting and we are breathing, we can have it, and we can have that state of consciousness without taking note of it that it is operating within us. Simply we'll have to determine. Where there is will, there is way. If you can think of your divinity to be manifested, your divinity will start instantly manifesting, and the manifestation, very manifestation of divinity within your consciousness becomes your sadhana. And all cells will start getting vibrated so instantly. And it is so obvious that wherever we are sitting and we are listening, our all Gnanendriya and Karmendriya, our all centers of receptivity, they are so vibrated that they will start receiving the force to get our internal consciousness well set. That is yoga. It is automatically, spontaneously done, provided our determination is firm, deeply rooted and very charged with the spirit of our surrender. And that is what Mother categorically says. From false matter, our human portion, what in Vedanta we call Panchamahabhuta, Bhut yane matter, Bhut yane padarth. In Jain Darshan it is called Dravya. Dravya does not mean money. Dravya means substance. Dravya means substance. In the world of science, Einstein says it is a matter. So whatever is materialized before us in any form, similarly our body is also a materialized consciousness in the form of a human body. Animal is there, our pet dog is there. It is also consciousness materialized in the form of dog. So what is important is not form. What is important is not external reality. What is important is the external reality being so emerged and so operated by the force within. That force is not seen, only consequence is seen. And consequence is the format. Consequence is the apparent appearance. That is Panchamahabhut, our body. But our body is the form, and the design that has been given to this form, that design is as geometrical figure, is so powerful that it can make its proportionate manifestation. Our psychic has accepted this design. Every individual human being has got its own personality, a different personality, different figure, where beauty is there, luster is there, aura is there, power is there, method of working is there, expectation, experience and just ambition is there, everything is there. But in a particular shape, and that shape is ever growing. That shape is ever growing for childhood to the old age, childhood to the death. But that shape is also meaningful. Mode is also meaningful. Appearance is also meaningful. But more meaningful is the thing that has accepted this appearance, and that appearance is self-created by the energy that lives within. That is second world. That is how that second world is coming. Second world is not externally operated or operated by something outside. His operation is there, operator is there, operating force is there, and operating destiny is also there. But it is the one man show. It is the show of the psychic. Mind is silent, vital is silent, physical is non-reactive. Everything is just like a pedestal, and everything at its appropriate place, everything at its appropriate location, and everything in its appropriate receptivity. That is integrity, integrality. There is difference between two concepts, integrity and integrality. Sri Aurobindo used word integrality, and integrality means everything is well set, everything is well located, everything is healthy, wealthy, wise and divine. They are so set up in pattern, keeping psychic in the center. While moving also, they are in velocity, either in horizontal velocity or in vertical velocity or in total velocity, but their center is never disturbed. Even center is the master velocity. Whatever velocity that is being generated in the circumference is the energy, is the force, is the direction, is the destiny, is time, but from and from the center. And that center is psychic. It is our dead habit that we have given excessive importance to our mind, because constantly we are experiencing the torture of our mind. We are experiencing the imposition of our mind. We are experiencing the overaction of our mind. And we are the victims of it. And that is why it is only universal presence, and universal presence within us and outside us is mind, nothing else. That is our wrong habit. If that habit is controlled and regulated properly, if U-turn is given to our mind, we can get this another world. We can get the play of another world. We can get ourselves within, located in the second world. That is a new fish ball. For the fish all the while captivated and kept as victim, prisoner inside the fish ball of mind. So it is a travel, nothing else, from mind to psychic within. If world guided and governed by mind is one world, traditional one. If world guided and governed by psychic, after psychic awakening, keeping mind silent, keeping mind non-operative, keeping mind non-interfering, then it is the second world. And there our cells will start cooperating us. Till that moment our cells are silent. Our cells are dormant. Our cells are absolutely non-active. Our cells are degenerating. As water accumulated somewhere results into clotting, similarly consciousness non-operative becomes destructive. That is cancer. Cells non-operative accumulate somewhere and that becomes dead consciousness, that become dead instrument, that become clotting, that become disease, that becomes suffering, resulted into death. That was mother's very first cry. That was mother's very first cry in 1958 when a tear occurred in the web. This is the tear. Tear and wear takes place in our body because our body is non-operative. Our body lost the conscious contact with the inner consciousness, and with the result cell starts getting non-operative, and non-operative cells are dying, and the dying cells ultimately make the whole body its own victim, and that is death. Mother's wasn't Satprem writes, mother wasn't a child. When mother experienced this, at that time mother was not a child, was not innocent, was not childish. It was not childish utterance. It was fully matured divine experience put into words which our mind, ordinary mind, can grasp. We ordinary people can grasp even without experiencing it. Experience minus death is a unique experience. An experience minus death with divine beauty, with divine multitude, and with divine infinitude is a rarest of rare experience. And that is heaven. That is kingdom of God. Mother was not a child. She was 80 years old in 1958. When she experienced this, at that time she was 80 years old in 1958. And that too after the 8 years of Sri Aurobindo's passing away. When Sri Aurobindo transmitted mind of light to the mother, it started taking place in the cells of the body of the mother's physical body, and it took 8 years to reach to each and every cell of the mother's physical body. Thereafter they started vibrating, physical body of the mother started vibrating, where apparently her age is 82 or 80. At that time, all cells of the body of the mother, up till now they might be dormant, up till now they might be silent. It is divine, no doubt, but it is human play. Divine put into human mode and human form is a divine play, and their cells were not awakened. As they are awakened after 8 years. In 1958, mother says, and her experience was to go on for another 15 years. And this experience continued thereafter or other 15 years till 1973. So this is not the joke. This is not just for the story for the sake of story. It is the reality of the life of the another world that is there within us. New world is born, but new world is born where? Not outside this cosmos. It is within us. It is within the cells of the body. Each cell has got its own world, but when they are united, it becomes the United States. United States. All cells are so integrated that united, integrated cellular entity is our another world, is the new world. It didn't last long, mother says. It didn't last long enough for everything to change, but something changed and have never reverted. I felt something changed which has no reversal. It will not deteriorate. It will not get clotted. It will not be the center and spot of disease. It will not be malignancy. It will not be the passage for death to enter. It is not disease, nor it is suffering, nor it is disorder. It is something that manifests and expresses the exclusive beatitude, absolute beatitude. Satyam Sivam Sundaram. It can express nothing but Satyam Sivam Sundaram. It can express Satchidanand, not less than that, and nothing beyond exists. This is the order of the pattern of the master pattern of the cellular pattern that has been given to us as human body. Change and have never reverted. It means that if that consciousness were kept constantly, if this state of consciousness is kept constantly, we should be a bit vigilant that we cannot fall down, slip down again into our old dead habit. There is every possibility that we can fall down out of the force of our dead habit into that clutch once again. There we can get everything lost. But if we are vigilant, if our choice is living, what is mind meant for? Mind is meant for being only and only vigilant. Mind is not to interfere, mind is not to decide, mind is not to govern, mind is not to create, mind is not to offer any temptation. That is what our mind commonly doing every day. If that movement is stopped, then mind also start expressing its genuine potentiality. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. If mind is put in order, if mind is made operative in the right direction, if mind is put into its operational mode, then whatever help that is being transmitted to our psychic by our mind is so positive that mind becomes the pedestal and psychic becomes the master. That is what Mother says, that it means that if that consciousness were kept constantly, it would be a perpetual miracle. It would be a miracle. And why it is miracle? It's not accidental miracle. It is the miracle, it means mind never witnessed throughout the life that type of movement within it and within the body. So the unique happening and unique event appears to be a miracle to common intellect, to common judgment, to common mentality. Miracle is not external. Miracle is a part of receptivity. If receptivity is a different one, then it appears to be a miracle. That is why it is Mother spoke and Satprem wrote it into bracket. What we call a miracle, a fantastic and perpetual miracle, Mother says. Not only miracle, a fantastic and perpetual miracle, but from the supramental point of view. This is supramental. When psychic is made operative and psychic can take charge of our mind, whatever our mind may be physical mind, vital mind, mental mind, rational mind, whatever it is. But when psychic completely captured the mind under its own control, and at that time psychic operates itself with the base of our mind, is a miracle. And that is a fantastic and perpetual miracle. from supramental point of view. That is what the center, our mind, our psychic becomes the center of the supramental that was descended down in 56. So we can get our psychic well connected with the supramental, externally working and externally transforming the entire arena where that psychic has been deputed to take its own part and to shape its own destiny. That is yoga. Our psychic can do it. And this is the experience of the one man in the universe, only one man in the universe, and that is Mother, who has experienced how God can be made operative in our mortal life, and we can receive and imbibe the nature of the God that is divine in our mortal cells. Because our mortal cells has got the seed of immortality within it, and it is so hidden that unless and until our mind of light starts working, we cannot understand and we cannot evaluate the operation of the silent cells which are every moment working and operating in our body. Misuse of the cells, misdirection of the cells, mismotion of the cell results into suffering and disease. But from the supramental point of view, it would not be a miracle at all. Mother says, it would not be a miracle at all. It would be most natural. It will be most natural. It is natural, rest of the things is unnatural. That state of consciousness of the second world within our consciousness is natural. The world we are living, living in, and the world we are creating within us is unnatural. And that is why death is required. Till you get the natural state of consciousness, spontaneously, automatically. But it is within our hand, it is within our mentality, it is within our purview, it is within our reach. But at least we should awaken to take note of this potentiality that is up till now hidden, and the method, modus operandi, system, that operative ambition, operative will is absent in us, and with the result it is unknown to us. Everything is available there within. Divine is there within, but we haven't given any scope to it to work independently. And when psychic is made independent to work, to captivate our mentality, physicality and vitality, to operate in its own way as crystallized instrument, then we can feel and experience the heaven, paradise within us. And kingdom of God is the kingdom of psychic. Kingdom of God is the world of psychic, that is other world. Indeed, there is nothing miraculous to it. No more miraculous that Newton's apple falling to the ground at a certain speed. But this is the point, at a certain speed. At a certain speed it can be realized. But there is no question of speed. It is so instant. If we can overturn, and if we can accept this turning point, or if we can give turning point to our mind, by the determination of mind. Mind can determine to get turning point, to get U-turn. Then mind will take U-turn. Body will have to follow it. Cells will have to follow it, because cells are meant for this, in this shape of the human body. Cells are there and silently, without reaction, waiting for this moment, waiting for this command. And if cells get command directly from the psychic, then cells also will start operating and moving in the same direction. This is Srimad Bhagavat's Maharash. This is Rash Leela. Center is commanding. and circumference is executing. Center is commanding and circumference is Prakriti. Lord, thou shalt wilt, I execute. Circumference will have to execute and Lord has to will. Lord, that is the center. Center of the body is not mind. Center of the body is psychic but is hidden, is unknown to us. If it is made known to us, and to us means what? To our Gnanendriya and Karmendriya, to our all different systems, nervous systems, digestive system, or whatever systems which are there working in our body have to be accepted and have to be receptive to receive the command. They are simply waiting. But if commander is commanding, then command is being received by all different cells of our body and they will start transfiguring and transforming so immediately. With respect to a certain frame of reference, and that is where mother's corporeal experiences, mother's corporeal experiences, Satprem writes, experiences perhaps link up with Einstein's physics. It is an extended physics of Einstein. E is not only mc square, E is infinity. So where lies the infinity? Infinity lies in our cells. DNA is immortal. But immortality hidden in DNA is not operative in our body. And with the result, we are the victims of the death. Diamond is there within our hand, but we have got no eyes to see that it is diamond. It's a piece of glass, nothing else. We throw it out. Hira janama molka, kaudi bikrit jai. This is for the first time that key is given to the human being. Key is given to the human scholarship. Key is being given to the human world of science. That it is there, that immortality is within us. We have not to find it out somewhere else or from someone else. It is within us. And mother became world mother. That each and every atom of the matter, including our human matter, is divine. It is Anur Anyan, Mahato Mahyan. Entire cosmos is also divine and entire human figure is also divine. Anything is divine. Everything is divine. Simple question of ignorance, unawareness and darkness. If it is removed, so created by mind, so mind also will be automatically operative, but operative in the right direction. That reversal will take place at the mental level, in mentality. And there, if reversal as such is there, then our Prakriti, our nature, our energy, our vital, physical and mental, they three will start receiving Sat, Chit and Anand from above, because they have got their own receptivity, simply will have to be open to receive it. And command is to be given to psychic instead of mind, should be vigilantly operated by us. Mind is working, we know how our mind is working, but how to operate mind is the key that is to be found out by our mind. It is the mind's accountability to find out the right key and to receive the right key from the psychic, and psychic will find appropriate and adequate time and appropriate room to work. We can have immortality within us, being operative, being visible, being knowable, and that is why knowable, unknowable and unknown, three different words are used by the Mother and Sri Aurobindo frequently. One of Mother's first comments in 1962, her first exclamation after that, great exit. Great exit. I find great exit for what? And from where? To exit from mortality to immortality. That exit is there in our cell. But if we are captivated in one room without knowing exit, Sri Aurobindo said this in Savitri Allusion Corner. That is the exit. Then we can be safely move out. We can get ourselves simply elevated. We can get ourselves simply simple salvation which is waiting for us. We can get liberated. Liberated from death. Liberated from disease. And we can start entering into another world, and another world is the kingdom of God. That is within us. The sense of time disappears, Mother says. What happens thereafter? The sense of time disappears completely in. It's an inner immobility. It is inner immobility. And inner immobility, it means where absolute velocity and absolute state of constancy live together. Sthiti is also there and Gati is also there. But Sthiti and Gati both coexist there is the real center of psychic. Velocity of psychic is tremendous. And stability, durability, immortality, immobility of psychic is also absolute. The two-dimensional absoluteness exists in one center. Radha is also there in the center and Krishna is also there in the center, and still Ras is going on. Ras is going on. But where is Ras going on? Ras going on in the cellular existence of Radha and Krishna, and gift given as such to all gopis who are the participants of the divine comedy. That is the absolute velocity and absolute sthiti. And that is Bhagavat Gati. Bhagavat Gati means velocity of the divine. Velocity of mortality is replaced by the velocity of immortality. That is exit. If you just leave the threshold of your own home, that is one world, and enter into the orbit of the Ras, that is second home. And the passage in between is our lifespan. Gopi left his home, her home, and entered into the orbit of the Ras. The orbit of the Ras is the other world, second world. And living in the home is one world, is the world of mind. And world of mind is to be replaced by the world of psychic. The sense of time disappears completely. It's an inner immobility, but an immobility in motion. See, immobility in motion. Contradiction is over. Immobility is mobility and mobility is immobility. Radha is Krishna and Krishna is Radha. Sri Aurobindo has written in Savitri, where Radha and Krishna atwined in bliss as one. That is what the another world. And the real spirit, real life of psychic, real light of psychic can bring it out. Which may be electromagnetic waves of perhaps those of the ununified field. Einstein terminology. This is Einstein's words. Move at a speed so great that ever they appear motionless, and we know from Einstein that a change of speed results in a change of time. Change of speed results in a change of time. A change of time. And change of time is the time of mortality, being changed in the time of immortality. That is infinity. So our time can be changed, our life can be changed, and we are immortal. So immortality becomes our speed. It is not the speed of the apple falling down on the ground as witnessed by Newton, but the gravitational force of the earth that has brought down the apple in the time of Newton down on the earth. Now it is the determination of Sri Aurobindo that has brought down supramental on the ground, and when supramental is operating on the ground, we can have very speedily, easily and naturally the U-turn of our mind. So we'll have to take the U-turn. But let us allow Mother to develop her experience in all directions, starting from the first steps. This is Mother's first experience in 1958, 1962 till 1973. Now we also should participate in this experience, and Mother's experience can be our own experience provided we are ready to receive with our mind.